Hello everyone, welcome to the Teach Smart Ground series, where we share success stories of some of our successful ground teachers. Our guest for today is Mrs. Lata Singh, who is currently founder and director of MEQ Academy. MEQ Academy is a professional training and life coaching company. It is focused and committed towards creating best kid and parents to a life coaches and also provide the best emotional intelligence training, workshop, and coaching service to corporates, schools, and individuals. Lata started MEQ Academy about 2.5 years back, and before that, she had a long, fulfilling corporate career in multiple companies. Lata enjoys creating the best coaching tool and material for children, coaches, educators, leaders, trainers, and individuals. She is a certified life coach as well. So, without much delay, let's speak to Lata. Hi, Lata. Welcome to Teach Smart. Let's start our discussion. We want to start with giving a quick glimpse of your personal life to our fellow teachers. Can you share your journey so far with them?
Definitely, yeah. So, to start with, I started my career back in 2002 as an IT professional, and I worked throughout, for 18 years. I have been part of IT industry and have worked in various companies and learned, how the corporates actually work. But just 6 years back, I got stuck with training and coaching, where I started learning about leadership and how to, transform from one profession to another. And if you want to learn something, you have to continuously upgrade your skill. So I started, upgrading my skill, and I found that, this is quite interesting space to be, where you can help other human beings to be, positive and see life as a blessing. So I started working towards life coaching, NLP, and emotional intelligence back in 2012. And then I, started as a corporate trainer, and I used to, train corporate colleagues and also doing some of the trainings at times. But there, I realized that even, teachers require some kind of training, and education is one area, I found that I am really, interested in. So that's how, then I came into training and coaching and teaching. So this is where I am now after, I think, 20 years of my whole career.
Okay. Now, from corporate life to an educator, that's a big change. What motivated you to become an educator?
Okay. So, see, knowledge, I believe that, it should be shared with the right people, and it should be shared. The only, thing we can do as humans is to share what we know, and knowledge is one thing. So I started, back in 6 years back, I started my training and coaching work, and I was working with corporate clients. But then, I realized it's really difficult to change people at that age. Like once you have attained the age of 35, 40, you are actually, already, you have learned so much. It is very, very difficult to start learning or redo things. So I realized that the best thing, to do is in schools, because if we talk about emotions at an early age, it will help these humans, all of us, to be, emotionally intelligent while we attain this age of 40 and 50 years old. So that's how, I started, though I started with corporate, but I landed up in education, where I started giving training to teachers on emotional intelligence and social emotional learning. So I think schools, are the right place to start learning and then using it throughout the life. So that's how I ended up, 3 years back, I started my projects in the schools for training the teachers and the students in this skill.
I think, Lata, as an educator, you have made teachers and kids' emotional well being as your biggest agenda. So, you want to talk about why it is that important for all teachers?
Yeah, not only mine, I want to make, it's a noble goal for every educator, like, giving this emotional intelligence or social emotional learning training to all of them, because they all are, humans. Like teachers are also humans. They need to be, heard and supported. Sometimes we just ignore their well-being, or we ignore how they think and what do they want in their life. With this social emotional learning program for teachers, we can actually help them become mindful, emotionally intelligent, and also, an SEL educator. So this social emotional learning is a buzzword nowadays, but hardly, people know that what exactly it takes. So it's a framework on which teachers have to put their curriculum and then reach out to students. So this is why, I think that teachers also need to learn for their own well-being first. So it is always said, like, you cannot give from an empty vessel. So it goes same for our educators as well. When they are happy, they will give happiness to students. If they are not filled with joy, how can we expect that the class will be joyful class?
Right,
So
correct.
this program is for them. That's how I think that, if they learn this skill, they practice it, they will be the best teachers in the world.
You have interacted with so many teachers. What do you think are the biggest roadblock in the professional growth of the teacher?
Yeah, it's a very valid question. As I said, most of the time we think that teachers are, only teachers. Like we see them only as an educator, but at the same time, they are humans having their own families. And overload of work and home front responsibilities are, one of the biggest roadblock. Many teachers I see that, once they become mothers, they leave their jobs. Like, everybody thinks that once you're a mother, you have more responsibility towards your house than going to school. But I think that, being an educator is a biggest blessing, and it's a calling. If you have, chosen this field, it's a calling for you. You need to know your why you have become an educator. So this roadblock of, thinking that I'm just a teacher. No, you are not just a teacher. You are a future creator. You are a future maker. You make our future. If you are educating these children, they are going to make our future. So how you educate them actually, makes our future good. So we believe that, they too have families and responsibilities. And over time, what happens is they forget about their own growth. One more thing, they stop investing on themselves or upgrading their skills. So at time, they come to a point where there's stagnation. They feel like, nothing more is left. It is like, daily routine, daily everything, is going on the same pace, nothing new. So this is very, very important. Learning, is an ongoing process for every human being, and we all need to upgrade ourselves regularly. And trainings, are magical. If we humans, continuously invest on ourselves and upgrade ourselves through these trainings, and these days there are so many free trainings are also available. We just have to look out that, what can I learn new. So we must, invest to gain more skills and knowledge again and again. And as you see that, I started my career from IT industry, and now I am, in an education, field completely. Though we say that it's a different field, but everybody, goes from this field only. Like education is the primary field for every individual.
Yes, correct.
We all learn from here and then go to different areas of life. And if we, if I think I have come back to this education industry, or you can say education, it's again a calling that I am here today.
Yeah.
And again, for teachers, they really need to invest on themselves in their growth and in, having goals to attain those goals.
How can we motivate teacher to become passionate about their profession? You want to share some stories from your experience with teachers?
Yeah, definitely. So I believe that, every profession needs passion. It is like, until unless you are passionate about it, you won't go for a very long time. And if it is, you are doing it just because, you have to earn some money, you have to look after your family, and it is a need of your life's, daily needs that we call, you won't go for very long, and you will start feeling that, life is very hard. So as an educator, I must know why I have chosen this field, why I am an educator, why I am a teacher. Whatever subject I am, teaching in the class, why I am teaching it, it is very, very important. So what is my goal as a teacher? What is my goal? What change I want to bring in the society by my teaching? So if I have, answer to these questions as an educator, I can do wonders. See, I might not change the decision of management at times. If I'm working in a school, I have to follow through certain guidelines. I cannot change those. But I can always choose how I teach in my class, how I motivate my students. I can give the best to each and every student without judging them. This is always in my hand as a teacher. So my why to become a teacher or an educator is very, very important. When it is strong, you will see that I will be associated with this industry forever. Why I say education as an industry, because it has become an industry.
Yeah.
You see that, it has become an industry, it has become a business, and people see it as a business now. But as a teacher, still they are the pure souls, I say, and they are making our future. So their why has to be there. Very, very important. They need to know that why I am teaching. I have met teachers who have been in this profession for more than 40 years. Like they are still teaching. Even after retirement, they have continued to teach because that is what they love to do. They are continuing with that. And sometimes, they have spent their own salaries on children to provide them with the stationery, provide them with reference books and all. They go beyond, their limitations, I would say, to help their students. And these are such teachers, who actually create the future of students. And I have also seen teachers who motivate children by saying, I know you can do it. It's not that hard. If I can do it, you can also do it. But I have also seen some teachers, who are discouraging students by saying this something you can't do. There's a difference. Teachers are seen as, future creators, and children trust them the most. If they motivate positively, if they motivate their students, they can achieve anything in the world. But if they demotivate them, a single line by teacher saying you can't do it, the student will believe that he can't do it because his teacher has told so. Correct. So we all have those experiences in our life. We have met such teachers, who have inspired us, motivated us. At the same time, we had also, met teachers who have said, this I think is not for you. Maybe you should try something else. So we need to refrain from judging our students at times, I think.
Absolutely correct. Even I can relate कि मेरी daughter कई बार मुझसे ज़्यादा अपनी teacher को trust करती है.
This happens, yeah, you're right. Because they will come and tell you, nahi mama, this is, my teacher has told this to me. Aapko nahi aata, teacher ne ye bola hai. So they believe in them. So imagine, how much power these, this field has. The educators have the power to change, the future of children.
As an educator, what do you think are the few things we can do to become more compassionate about well-being of kids we teach?
The first thing, I would say that do not judge children. Never, ever, don't judge them by, which family they come from, which background they come from, never judge them. Be a teacher to them. Your role is to, teach them, give them education. That is all. Understand that, every child is unique and comes from a different setup. So we cannot, we cannot compare two students, that if one is doing really great in life and the other is not doing, there can be lot many reasons behind it. Like the family they comes from, like somebody can be from a middle family, some can be, from a very rich family, some can be really from a very poor background. Or they might have, struggled a lot to come to that level that they are attending your class or coming to this school. So as a teacher, we need to, we need to be very careful while we are, seeing students from, I can say like, implicit bias here. That we have to refrain doing that. We should stop ourselves from judging any child that are they good or bad or how they are doing. Yeah. So this is one thing. Yeah, I think they need to be more compassionate, and also they need to work on their own well-being. This is important.
Yeah. Very good. Thank you. Do you want to share any memorable teacher story from our friends?
Yeah, so I have been in many different setups where we are giving workshop to teachers or giving training to teachers. So one of the workshop where I was doing this emotional intelligence workshop, where we were working with the emotions of teachers, that what all they go through and what is their experience throughout their working. So one of the teacher, she told me that I always help others. I am the one who is always available for my fellow teachers. Like if they are missing school someday, they want me to fill up their class. I'm always available. I go myself and tell them that okay, I'll do it for you. But I never get it back from them. So I feel really bad. And now it is growing day by day. So she was like, sometimes I feel that people are using me, that they know that you can do it. Can you tomorrow I'll be on leave, can you just fill up my class? And sometimes she said that they don't even ask me, And they would, just go to the coordinator and say that she will do my, class and I'll be on leave. So it comes to her as a surprise. So I asked that, have you ever, asked these teachers to help you back? So she said, no, I think they should know that they should help me also. But see, this is not how the world works. This is not how the world functions. Sometimes you need to tell your needs also.
Yeah.
So if you're a kind person, you help others, sometimes you need to work on yourself and you need to go and upfront say that, I need your help. So I took your, class last month or last week. Now I need help. So can you please take my class? If you will say, they will definitely come up and realize also that you need support. So one thing, I realized that teachers don't come forward and ask for help. And at times they don't say no. When they have to say no, they say yes. And later they only regret, or sometimes they feel like people are using them. And they are overwhelmed, overloaded with work and doing every bit of, school work. So they also need to know how to balance their life. So when we went into this discussion with that, teacher, she realized that, now she needs to speak up for herself. She needs to say when she is not available. And yes, she will continue to help others. But when she needs help, she will also ask for it. So there's no harm in asking for help. And it is for every human being, everyone should come upfront and ask for help when they really need help from others. So this, correct, I would say, that say no when you really mean to say no. Say yes only when you are willing to say yes. Just don't do it in pressure or think that what other will think about you if you are saying no. Because then you are only, giving pain to yourself. Others will only enjoy that.
Yeah, brilliant. Finally, any parting advice for our teachers or any quote which you want to share with us?
Okay, so I would suggest, it is for every human being in this earth, keep working on your growth. You must, upgrade your skills from time to time. Learn the new skills that are, coming up. It is for every profession. If you want to continue working, you must work on yourself. It is not like once you have got the job, it is like forever. Now the times are changing, and every year we are seeing the technology is changing at the fastest speed. Yeah. And with AI coming in, our things are getting all automatic. Even teaching at times is getting automatic, because children can learn anything from mobile now. They just Google around. You have given them something to learn and they know where to find it and how to find it. So ways of learning are also changing. So we must, as teachers, as an educators, work on this and be more open now to accept all kind of students, because some might still be needing your help to learn. Some already know. They know that they can learn from devices. They can learn from Google. They can just go to Byju's, Vedantu, and other platforms and learn from there. So they have so many choices. But being a teacher, you are still that human connection to learn more for them. So be that, that place cannot be taken by anybody else. Because as a teacher, you will always be that human who believe in their students, who motivate them, inspire them. And have goals. At the end, I would like to say that have goals for yourself and make a plan for the year, that what all you want to achieve this year and what you want to learn. This is very, very important, and it will help them keep growing and going also. So that was all I could say.
Yes, absolutely correct. Keep working on your growth. Thank you, Lata, for the lovely session. And I'm sure all our teachers and the group would have enjoyed the session and our discussion today. Thanks a lot, Lata.
Thank you so much, Nishu, for having me. I love being with teachers, because I firmly believe they are the, creators of our future. They are the one who are actually motivating students. So thank you so much for having me too.
And thank you everyone for watching this video. And please like the video और अपनी सारी teachers friends को इस group से जोड़ते रहिए. Thank you so much everyone.